Hey guys, today I'm finally trying out this Saint Armand Canal paper. Apparently it is made in Canada. Each batch is made up of a bunch of recycled rags, clothing cutoffs, t-shirts, denim, farming byproducts. It sounds really interesting and I love the way the paper feels. Like it really feels like a stack of cloth. That's kind of what I really liked about it. It also comes in these incredibly beautiful colors. And most of the colors is just from the type of material that they're recycling. They don't bleach anything, so they just apparently divide all their batches by color and then just go with it, and so the result is this really beautiful neutralized color. I'm just using the white one, and I'm not entirely sure. I'm not clear on whether or not this is meant to be a watercolor paper. It might be more accurate to call it more of a mixed media paper, and in some cases it's probably more of a decorative paper, but it looks and feels like a watercolor paper, so that's what I'm using it for. Also, please excuse my voiceover because I am a little bit under the weather this week. The size of this paper is really super weird too. It was like 10 inches wide and 20 inches long, I guess, but I just cut off a piece for this. Now for this painting, I am just drawing just a little scene from around the house. My cat hunting this hummingbird. I've been really inspired by art that I've been seeing online, and the things that I really like about it I wanted to capture, and the biggest one is color. I really wanted to step away from my strict following of realistic colors. I really like the color schemes that people are using in their illustrations. I'm really into what some people are calling like a vaporwave aesthetic. Just being really more adventurous with color, and that's what I'm trying to do here. Because I find a lot of my artwork turns into just like green leaves. Like everything is very green in my artwork. I'm stepping away from that and I'm going into more cool tones. And everything that I'm painting, it's looking really analogous, and it kind of fits because this cat is meant to be sneaky and hiding, right? So she's got to blend in anyway. I figured this is the perfect time to try it out on this tiny little piece of paper. Now back to the paper itself. I cannot tell if I like this paper or not. I like it because of the way that this ultimately turned out, although part of that might just be because I liked the colors that I used. It might be defined as a cold press because it does have some texture to it. Like most of the really nice papers that I've been using lately, this paper has absorbed so much water and it expands. And I'm starting to realize why soaking and taping watercolor papers before starting on them is such a common way to prepare papers for watercolor paintings. Nothing horrible has happened doing it this way, but I do understand that having the paper buckling all over the place would cause little craters where the paint might seep into, and you might have uneven layers and stuff like that. So I'm really glad that it turned out the way it did, but in the process of it I really wasn't sure. It seemed like it was absorbing a lot of water but not a lot of color. Like during the process, all my details seemed blurred together, but in the end, they actually look quite crisp. In the process, my colors were fading out of existence, and in the end, they actually look pretty rich. This paper just doesn't really make that much sense to me, so it will probably take a few different projects to figure this out, I think. Like in the process, it felt very much like I was painting on a paper towel. And I don't know how much of an effect this paper specifically had on the result of the painting and how much I like it. I do kind of like the speckly, weird surface texture I was left with, and part of me doesn't. But I also don't know how much of my appreciation for this piece is based on the fact that I got away from my usual color scheme and trying to resist the urge to outline everything. It's an interesting paper. I really like the way it looks and feels when it's dry, but in the process of painting on it, it's definitely different. It feels really weird. Anyway, let me know if you've tried this paper before and what you thought of it, and I'll see you next time.